That travel lift is coming for us. It's moving day.
Welcome to Splash Day. Today we get to put the boat in the water for our first time since we bought it. Super excited about that. Got a lot to do today though. Still waiting on our insurance to come through. Hopefully we'll have that in the next couple hours. Got to move a vehicle down to where we're going to be at. Come back, put the boat in the water, test everything, make sure all the repairs we did are holding well. Top off fluids in the transmissions after we warm up the engines. Just do all our checks, and being the first time that we're doing it, it's going to take a little longer because we're going to be learning as we go and double and triple checking everything. I got to be honest, excited. Had trouble going to sleep. Woke up early, couldn't go back to sleep. A little bit nervous. In theory, I know how to do all this stuff as far as driving it, but it's still the first time you get behind any boat for the first time. It's going to be a little bit different than what you've experienced before. So fortunately, this morning it doesn't appear to be much wind, but that can change quickly around here. We could very much have a bunch of wind in a couple hours. So hopefully we can get this thing going and get to our new home dock before we get any kind of crazy weather. So here we go.
Every time one of the kids has to go to the bathroom, it's my job to be the chauffeur and walk them all the way down. Our boat's at the very end of the marina, and I walk them all the way down, all the way past the inside storage, the inside dry storage, and all the way to the marina to go to the bathroom.
Welcome to Splash Day number 2. The boat did not get in the water yesterday. The boatyard could not figure out if they had put their final coat of bottom paint on all morning. They figured it out about 1 o'clock yesterday and went ahead and applied that. So we had to wait until today to put it in the water. Pretty darn frustrated with the boatyard. They are an absolute joke to deal with. Nobody claims to be in charge. They all blame somebody else. And when you talk to the person who the guy yesterday said is in charge, he refers you back to the guy that you talked to yesterday. And it just goes round and round and round in circles. And then, of course, I found out this morning, he says, I asked for the bill so we can square up and get this thing done. And he said, I need an hour. It's changed. What's changed? So we'll see what changes there. It's just frustration beyond belief. I'm sure you folks who deal with boats, I mean, we already know it takes longer and it's more expensive than you think. It's the saying because it's true. And I'm just ready to be done with this place. Get in the water. You know when you know there's a confrontation coming and you get yourself all mentally psyched up. That's the state I'm in right now. So I'm driving around. I got to go register my our dinghy we bought, and so I figured I'd cool off, give him his hour to change the bill, and so I can go back and fight with him later. But we'll see. All right, see you later.
Are you worried about it?
Now they can see where they can grab. And over there, oh, he's going to readjust. Pay attention.
Oh.
It's in the exhaust system. Let's just tip back further. Well, the opening's right here. Maybe we can reach. Our propeller shafts are sealed with what's known as a rope seal. Basically, you take a special rope, wrap it around the shaft, and then you push it in with a collar to create a seal. When you put new ones in, you just don't know how tight to put them in until you put the boat in the water. Ours were definitely not tight enough, so water started rushing in, so we had to tighten down those collars until it stopped. Not really a big deal, but something you want to get solved right away.
Like this, we can.
After they got the leak fixed on the propeller shafts, then it was finally time to test all the systems on the drivetrain.
Yeah, so we don't think we're getting
I don't think it's pumping cooling water to the
raw
water
water.
pump.
We're thinking it might have a stuck impeller, so
Yeah.
we're gonna put it in the water. We're gonna slide it over to the dock over here, park it,
Yeah.
and then we'll probably deal with it in the morning.
So what's a stuck impeller mean?
It's impeller is the part that creates a suction, it's like a water pump, and pulls water into the engine from outside.
Did we fix that or replace it?
No, we haven't touched that yet because when it worked on.
Is it in the engine?
It's on the front of the engine here.
Okay.
Yeah, it's in the back there actually.
Okay.
Um,
But we're not leaking?
No, we got those sealed. It's still dripping a
no,
little.
that's fine.
But
But
we can put another piece of rope in there.
everything else I can do in the water now.
Okay.
So let that guy go and.
Since it was so late in the day before they finally got us in the water, we didn't have time to get the parts we needed to get the engines fixed that night. We were hoping to be put over on their dock for the night, but that was full as well. So instead, they just left us sitting on the travel lift all night long. We had a problem when we went to fire up our engines. This one wasn't getting any water flow at all, and this one was getting minimal. So we pulled out our impellers, which are right here. Inside there's a raw water impeller that looks like this. This was the old one out of here. It was okay, just worn. This is what was left of the one on the starboard engine. And those are all the pieces and the gunk that I pulled out of the heat exchanger. So we did all that, primed it, make sure I have water, and it's working great on the starboard side. Port side, I need to clean out this heat exchanger. So water comes through this from the ocean, comes through our sea strainer up here. It goes around and comes through here, and then this is what the raw water goes through these pipes. There's little pipes through here, and then on this side is the engine coolant. So that exchanges the heat, cools the engine coolant. There's a bunch of corrosion here, we're thinking, because I'm not getting good flow of water. I'm not getting enough water out the exhaust. So I'm going to go ahead and take this open and clean it out, and then put it back together and see what happens. All right, here we go. Splash day. We're going to call it Splash Day 2.0, 2.5, because yesterday we did manage to get the boat wet. It is technically sitting in the water right now, but we didn't get out of the well where they set you in with the travel lift. So we're still on the travel lift. The straps are hanging below the boat, and the boat's technically floating, but that's as far as we got. It was a rough day yesterday. The boatyard, of course, jacked up their bill, several $1,000s, so I had to fight that. And then about noon, I finally got that squared away. And he says his travel lift operator will be back after lunch, and we can put in at 1:30, rolls around, 2 o'clock, go see him. Where's your operator? Oh, he went home sick. Okay, is there somebody else coming in? Well, maybe, I don't know. Just no words. I have no words for the way that he manages this place. So someone had finally showed up that could drive the travel lift about 4 o'clock. We got in the water about 4:30. Found out that one of the shaft seals, we're gonna have to put a couple more wraps of rope in there. It compressed in there pretty good. It was leaking, so we'll do that this morning. And then we also, the big thing that we found out was our impeller on our starboard engine, raw water impeller, wasn't sucking water. And so we went ahead and pulled both of them. The starboard one was worn out, but looked okay. We went ahead and replaced it anyway. The port one. The starboard one, when I popped it open, it was mostly gone. And hopefully Jolene can insert a picture here. That's what we saw. So this morning, it was about 8 o'clock by the time I got to that point in the evening. So I went home, and this morning we're going to go ahead and pull apart the heat exchanger, because that's usually where all the extra pieces of that impeller end up, is in the heat exchanger. So flush out the coolant system, make sure that there's no chunks floating around, put the impeller back on, and then at this point we should be able to go. Good news is all the through holes and seacocks are replaced. They're working. No leaks, and both engines fired right up. So just one of them wasn't cooling because no impeller. So we're getting that stuff fixed this morning. Hopefully we'll be pushed out of the travel lift within the hour or so, and then we'll be able to make our way to our home marina. And for those of you that are counting, this is the third day that we have tried to put the boat in the water and get out of this dang boatyard. We're technically still in the boatyard. We're just not on the hard. But I wouldn't consider us in the water either. So, all right. See ya.
Where are we going?
We're going to push our nose out and we're going to spin around that way.
Okay. Are you going to go from here or up top? And how do you push your nose around? And where do you want me?
I'm going to do it from up top.
Okay, and where do you want me? Right here?
Just like that, bud.
Our first task was to turn our 47-foot yacht around in a 90-foot canal with expensive yachts on both sides. Chris did amazing, but he was freaking out the whole time. You're good here to turn. Chris never freaks out. Stay tuned for next week as we make our maiden voyage from Key Largo to Islamoroda.